field. So family matters in counseling or psychotherapy, they normally resolved by a specialist who is trained in some sort of modalities. There are many modalities, and we're going to talk about them today. But you would know as a family unit or as a couple maybe whether you need counseling or therapy or help within your family unit because certain things are not going the right direction, right? So perhaps you've experienced that you're not being listened, or you talk too much, or you can't seem to get through your kids. You know, the communication skills between your family members, they're failing. You might, as a family unit, you might experience change and life change, like there was a birth, a newcomer into the family, maybe divorce, maybe separation, maybe marriage, maybe adolescent, maybe your children are growing out, maybe there is a bereavement, maybe you're experiencing an empty nest syndrome, any type of life changes on that scale of family development or individual development, they might be experienced by you as a discomfort, and you might think to yourself, oh, I need help here, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go with this, right? Or you might experience work issues, and it has direct impact on relationship, meaning you're bringing home problems from work, you are depressed, you might be a bit nervous, but irritated. You might not bring money home, right? It has this ripple effect on your family members. There are also situations in the families, and maybe you have experience of those, where mistrust happen. We're losing trust for some reasons. There's many reasons, but we stop seeing our partners, our family members as a trustworthy people. Perhaps it is our parents who shocked us. There was some family secret, and it come alive. It is apparent what has happened. Maybe it's to do with our children. They're hiding things, they're lying things. You know, so many things happen on social media. Maybe there was an affair between you and your spouse, including emotional affair. So those things, they're very painful, dissettling, and they might make you feel, I need help here. What else can bring you to family counseling? Any sort of conflicts, like sibling rivalry, like separations or step families. It's difficult to gel in the nuclear family, yet along if we have to think about multi-generational issues, our bonding with families which are already established, right? So this transition might be very difficult for you. So for those of you who have children from previous marriages and you go into second or maybe third marriage, you probably find yourself somewhere along the way, I had been very optimistic, but I don't know what to do here. So there are many reasons, including addictions, people who are codependent. Family therapy is the answer, is the remedy. People with mental illness, especially schizophrenia. In fact, family therapies, they originated from an idea that schizophrenia can be treated in other ways than just medication or individual counseling. Therapy started inviting family members into a therapeutic room and into a therapeutic space, and that had great effects until today. So many situations in your life make you think, oh, I am stuck here, and what are the solutions? Well, as I said, there's so many ways to approach your problem, and so many modalities in psychotherapy. There is structural therapy, meaning identifying and reordering the organization of the whole family system. There is strategic approach, and that looks at patterns of interactions between family members. There's also systematic approach, which concentrates on belief systems in the family. There is narrative therapy, so it looks at how different members of the family look at the same problem. And there's transgenerational therapy, meaning looking at different generations and their belief system, their behavior, and how it can impact on one another. So it is very much communal approach to therapy. It's different than individual, and I believe it is a great approach to all those communal belief system. Those families who come from Africa, from Asia, from Middle Asia, they're very communal based. Eurocentric approach is a bit different to Eastern approach, and I, not only me, but research, they show that including some elements of family therapy, they can be very effective in culturally sensitive environment. So what do you need to look for if you are on therapy with your spouse or with your family members like child? So you probably want to hear from your therapist his thought, or maybe what you want to observe him or her directing you into triggers that initiate the problem. So you want to understand what are the triggers for you as a family. You also want to understand emotional system, the dependency, attachment styles in the family, to understand maybe who is being scapegoated, who's overusing sometimes power in the family as well. You want to see as well on your therapy what is sibling positioning in the family, who is expected to do what, who's hiding in the corner, and who's sort of carrying the world for the rest of the family members. You probably want to also understand on your family therapy how transmissions and transitions in that developmental stage of the family are affected, and will affect you as a family member individually. And you probably want to also find yourself being more connected to others from the perspective of empathizing. So you want to, through listening to others having their say, you want to learn for yourself how to give them permission to their own processing. So these are in the nutshell ingredients, and should be your expectations, minimal expectations from family therapy. I hope that was beneficial. I hope that it is more clear right now what to expect from family therapy. I see you in the next.